Today I want to give you one example of why a calorie is a calorie in a lab, but not in the human body. I want you to see why plant-based nutrition is the universal staple for all diets that work. But most importantly, just to see how important it is to incorporate these foods into your own lifestyle. They will increase your health, happiness, and human performance forever. To give you an example, your gut was made from a stem cell. The same stem cell that made your gut made your parasympathetic nervous system and your brain. So there's this really big connection. Now, on average, all the gut bacteria is mainly in your large intestine. You have around 100 trillion. That's 3 pounds of bacteria living in our large intestine at one point. You could see that it's super important to control these bacteria. Now, the bacteria in your gut talks to your brain 10 times more than your brain talks to your gut. So there's this whole kind of back and forth stuff that we really don't understand. Now, gut health has been shown to increase your immune system, your happy hormones like serotonin, but the gut health has all to do with even your metabolism. So in 2004, the American Academy of Science of the United States of America, and the study was called the gut microbe, is an environmental factor that regulates fat storage. Let's give you a little background on your gut. Your gut was made from stem cells, and one stem cell made your brain, your parasympathetic nervous system, and your GI tract. Now, within your GI tract, we have bacteria. Now, to give you a little background on bacteria, we have evolved with bacteria. If you ever heard of your cells in your body, each one of your cells have what's known as the mitochondria. They're known as the power plants. Those evolved from bacteria. But we have 100 trillion bacteria in your digestive tract alone, mainly your large intestine. That's 3 pounds of bacteria. Sounds a little weird. But this bacteria grows different vitamins and minerals, helps with serotonin, which is your happy hormone, helps build your gut lymphatic system, which is your immune system. And there's so much benefits in the gut that we don't really understand. Now, they say that your gut talks back to your brain way more than your brain talks to your gut. Now, in Japan, people have known this forever. You know, they have this gut intuition. They look for their gut for intelligence. There's a lot of stuff going on in the gut. But with this study is they had a bunch of rats, and they were feeding them kind of poor nutrition. And they found out that these rats had really bad bacteria growing in their GI tract. So they took half of the rats, and they took the other half for control. And one of the half of the rats had their bacteria in their gut stripped. They had what was known as a sterile GI tract. And they fed those rats over the course of the study 29% more calories. What they found at the end of this study is that those rats lost weight, a lot of weight. What they did is they re-inoculated those same rats with the bad bacteria again. And they fed them the same calories, and they gained back more weight. You can see that a calorie is a calorie in a lab, but not in a human body. You see, foods are basically genetic information that goes in our body. They dictate health. They secrete different hormones. They incorporate into every one of our cell membranes. So when you start eating more real foods like plant-based nutrition mainly from vegetables, that's going to dictate health within your body. Now, why I say plant-based nutrition? Because these good bacteria live off of what's known as dietary fibers. The dietary fibers are the stuff that we as humans can't use. But they grow the good bacteria. They keep them strong and colonized. Now, bad bacteria grows from processed sugary foods, refined foods. So when you start changing your diet, you start changing your gut biome. Now, we all heard if you go on antibiotics, corticosteroids, they mess up your gut bacteria. You've heard of taking probiotics. They're great to take probiotics, specifically ones that are acid resistant, so they can get to your large intestine where they have to be. You've heard of foods that are prebiotics. Those are mainly your vegetables, plant-based nutrition that's going to help grow the bacteria. So when you start incorporating more vegetables into your diet, whether you're a vegan, a vegetarian, you're into the paleo, it really doesn't matter. Vegetables are calorie for calorie the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. And they're transferring all this energy and information into your body. That's where you're going to gain health. The most important thing that you could do is just to start making better choices. Make these better choices, empower your body, and be the best you possible. Never give up. Thank you so much for your time.